Welcome to Cathy D. Slat's Quantum Energy Group for February 16, 2023. We're here on Cathy's website, CathyDSlat.com. To access the Zoom call, we're going to scroll down and look for this Zoom banner here for her Quantum Energy Group, which is a Zoom call regarding the SRC for You software. If you miss any of the Zoom calls, you can click here. They are archived, so you can go back and watch previous Zoom calls on the SRC for You software. She has a blog. That would be her current blog post. And then she has many blog posts, and they're archived. You can also check out her TAOSH blog, which stands for the Art of Spiritual Hygiene. And she has testimonials. And if you'd like to see more products, just click right there and it'll take you right over to the other page. She has the ShiftPen, there's the software, vision board for 2023. If you're into Young Living oils, you can ask her about those, the Boomer product, the Quantum Difference regarding the EMF technology. And then we have the Power of Thought groups, as well as her Fractal Fairy Tales. We'll go back to the home page, look for the graphic again, click there, and join the call. The call will be live, so you may want to lower the volume on your speakers. One moment, please.
Let's just go in here, see if we want a brand new startup scan. Yeah, we'll take the February startup scan today, so that settles that. And we'll just wait now. While we're at that, I'm going to check something else. No, not today. Interesting, the she motion for a group. A little bit of a different exercise anyway, but I've been doing it every day, and something popped up yesterday that kind of started us on a new track. I'm going to share that. So anyway, it is 10:30. Let's get started. You see, we did complete just right before we talked. We're done. And what I usually do, I look down just to make sure here that we're finished, everything we worked on. And you see, we didn't optimize real highly yesterday, and in a minute you'll see maybe why that was. But let's just get started. And I want to share something. And I test myself, obviously, for priority as well. But the she motion, I've been putting various issues in as they come up for me. And yesterday I really have gotten some interesting messages that have been helpful. But yesterday I got one that kind of made me think. It said, I tell the truth. And I thought, well, what am I not telling the truth about? And I believe it was my terminology. I continue to read this book, Remarkable Healings. And this is the book. I highly recommend it, by the way, anybody. It's on Scribed as well, Remarkable Healings. This is the psychiatrist who discovered that many of her people's problems were demonic in nature. And, of course, this is a whole new ballgame, and people don't talk that way, especially in psychiatry. And at one point she said, I realized I was lying to my patients because I was referring to these things as dark energy. And it's demonic. And I thought, well, I'm kind of doing that too. I prefer not to say demonic. I prefer to say disruptive energy or dark energy. And we know for sure that what we focus on is what we create. So it's a fine line. You want to be aware, and then you want to let it go. And so I personally, I don't know what the rest of you think, and I would like some feedback on this, either on this call or later. That we're seeing a lot of demonic attack out there. And so, you know what that means. We have a new scan. So let's go up here. Where are you? All right. This is the information I'm getting from the book, Remarkable Healings. And I really like the way she works. All she is sharing is what her own patients have shared with her under hypnosis. So all I've done is, now there's a couple of things here. I'm not one personally to pray to angels. That's not the way I grew up, and I learned at one point you might get some angels confused with some other spirits, so I just am not one to do that. But she did find great help for her patients when they begin to ask their angels to help with all of this. And the thing of it is, this is a fairly large book because she includes many case studies, the people that she worked with to end up helping them clear. And let's not call it disruptive or dark energy. Let's call it what it was, demonic and satanic energies, did get better. So what I did, and this is not quite done. I'm not going to send it out till it's completely finished. But this is what we've got so far. And let's just see it with the group. If anything. He said, we've got a few things. Let's just. All right, so I think you can see these. Dramatic freedom from physical and emotional symptoms as all disruptive energy is released. You see, I'm still trying to hang on to that disruptive energy. I request and accept with gratitude. This gratitude is key. It's absolutely key. It's the second highest energy under bliss, according to some scales. And again, I think I was still sticking with this disruptive energies. And then I now request and accept profound gratitude, help from my guardian angel or angels to protect me in all ways. And then this was an interesting thing. So it's kind of funny. I was still sticking to that disruptive energy. It's a hard thing. Cleanse, heal, and shield all disruptive energy that cannot be removed and all fragmented soul parts that cannot be integrated at this time, and cut all their energetic connections. So this is all subtle, obviously, as we say 100 million times. You just go ahead and put that in there. However, if you're working with the she motion, if you have that one, and if something like this comes up for you as an individual, you can go in and put this as an issue. Let's just, for example, let's put it right here. And we'll just see what comes up. But again, it's not a high priority. It's just a 50% for us today. But I did want to show you because that is something you can do with the she motion. It's very powerful when you do it that way, or it can be. So let's see now. I think I have to pull this up again. And as you know, we've got this going in the mastery. This is the primary situation, which I sent this out the other day. This is, wait for my word to respond here. This one is such a powerful statement, and I typically test for priority to see if we really want it, or other people as well. Let's just go. Look at that. Very interesting. And then the damp, I've been doing that pretty much across the board, because if it's a priority, because the damp is such a lingering problem and it's related, it's the root source of a variety of what we'll call dis-ease. So, again, I think I'm going to have the computer guy again to look at my word. There we go. Wait a minute. Here? Oh, yeah, okay. So again, very interesting to keep your notes. And get an idea here as to what you're talking about. Keeping in mind, this is all subtle. This is in your blueprint. It's not necessarily in your body. So let's just for now save that.
Cathy, a lot of them say dampness. How is it bad for us or whatever?
From my understanding is that the fluids, when we retain these fluids, the fluids then collect pathogens. Oh, which reminds me, let's look, I'm going to show you now where we are.
A Grandmaster mentioned the other day that 3 of the 6 traditional Chinese medicine evil pathogens, are based on water.
I want to get down here to our viruses. Yeah, I don't know if any of you listen to Lynn Horowitz, but he says some amazing things about, okay, here we go. Here's our list. We're still going. And this is actually what got me started on thinking about this, the work we did today with that first scan, is that so many of these viruses, the demonic comes up when I do the scan. So, okay, so we did 19 hours. Good Lord. See, this is what's happening. We can't do it yet. We got another 23 hours on this one. So that's what's happening here. We just have to save that one. That's why it's taken so long. And I do want to show you, figured out where this is so I don't show everybody else's personal business. This is an image, and you can't see it as it is. I do need to figure out how to email it out. This is an image that is supposedly good to help clear virus, and this has been running pretty much nonstop. Look at our latest request, 18 hours. All right, so here's our message. Be excited, feel empowered. That's pretty good, and that's the whole goal of this.
I want to come back to what was said earlier about water and negative energy.
Yes.
Many years ago, I was interviewing the doctor, the scientist who discovered double helix water. And I discovered by, examining it, that it powerfully holds information. Powerfully.
Yes.
And I said to him off air, I said, I'd like to talk with you about how double helix water really is a powerful information holder. He said, no, I don't want to talk about it at all. And I said, well, what's going on? Why not? He said, because it can hold any kind of information, and I don't want to get into the wrong, the idea of it to get into the wrong hands.
Well, that's what, yeah, that's very interesting. Lynn Horowitz, I listened to him the other night, and he had a very interesting statement. He said, water is God. And so water, we certainly know a lot more. In fact, that might be our focus next month. Have to wait and see how it resonates. So what was the bottom line with the double helix water?
Well, it's just that it does hold powerful information, and we can use it that way.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't advertise that to the wrong people.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. By the way, my show tomorrow is with the two guys who run FLFE, Focus Light Force Energy, and they examined me, Dallas, and examined that while I teach, I'm at 700, which is off the charts high. And then I just was dousing for you, and when you teach, you're also off the charts high.
Oh, thank you.
Sure.
I do think we get some extra help. Look at how all we're asking for today, the manifestation is soon image. And look at, here's that pathological thing again. Eliminate pathological factors that create illness. So let's go ahead and then if we look at I'll back up here. These are the pathogen panels we're asking for, or the Pro Tools rather. Get up here. All right. So look at all the Pro Tools we're asking for today. We might want to, let me just give you a thought here. Might want to take something like this, and I don't know that this will apply for us as a group, but it does apply sometimes for individuals. You work with the mediator. Because even though, and this is conscious versus the, no, we don't want it, that's not it. Let's do mediator manifestation is soon. Nope, not quite. While I'm back in here, let's see if we want to do the full remarkable healing scan. Well, we'll take it. And I haven't sent this one out because I keep adding to it, but this is again from her book. And does anybody else have a thought on this? Does anybody else ever wonder if the planet is under extreme spiritual attack? Not to focus on it, but to consider the possibility. Anybody else have any thoughts about that from time to time?
I think our planet has always been under, a cloak of darkness, which is why humanity has been so despicable for thousands of years. But we're coming out of that.
I heard an expression, know ye not that my earth grows weary of your footsteps?
Whose footsteps?
Humanity's.
Oh dear.
Yes, we have very heavy footsteps, and it's still happening.
Interesting.
We are coming to a time of dramatic change.
So, anyway, just some things to think about in that line that I got to thinking about based on what the She Motion said, and also the what was coming up in the pathogen panel. That so many of these forms of stress, that was one of the little things that got checked in there. Well, we did want the full scan. So we've got, you can see, I think, read it for yourself.
Your copy today is wonderful, so I hope we'll be seeing a lot of this.
Oh, you will. Yeah, I'd like to finish this remarkable healing scan, but maybe I should just send what I've got now. This book, I can't recommend it enough. It's a real eye-opener. Like I say, I bought it like 20 years ago or whenever it first came out, and then I loaned it to someone. I read it, and I don't guess it totally registered. I loaned it to someone, and then Christmas, they returned it to me after all this time. And I began to look at it again with new eyes. So I do think there are things we can do, especially together, to do some clearing. And I still take this stuff and do every day when it's a priority. I work with the people of planet Earth. I always put in to whom it may concern, people of America, to whom it may concern. The other day, I put in young people of America to whom it may concern, and they definitely wanted some energy. And I did the She Motion along with it, and the messages were very positive. So, yeah, I'll send out what I've got so far, and I'll send the virus list. This is, again, where we are. This is a pretty powerful. Let's just see. We don't have to douse all these in because we're just doing this right here. But see, this is what's interesting. Kevin can probably enlighten us on this. A lot of times what you think you're putting in isn't what comes up.
It's whatever's in the buffer of the computer.
Okay. Well,
An unsuccessful copy will ignore what you tried to do and reverse back to what it had previously.
Okay, thanks. So again, whatever this is going to be when we see the whole statement, that's a chronic stress. So let's see, at this moment in time, of course, I'll settle based on, okay, well, release any and all demons. So let's see now, we did ask for some Pro Tools. So we can again go through these. Just for a starter, let me just see what we've got here. If we've got something loaded in, we don't have to fill the whole thing in. Let's just see if there's any. All right, shall we alter demonic energy to 528 hertz? And that is what Lynn Horowitz talks about so much, the 528 hertz. And this, now it's starting at 7 minutes. This, again, we'll check when that's done. But that may actually end up going longer. Sometimes it's just calibrating.
I asked Lynn Horowitz once at a conference, how is it you and your wife can do the work you do? He said, Kevin, I've got people praying for us all over the world, yes. 24/7.
Yes, yes. He's quite interesting. If any of you get any time, I'm reading one of his books now on the 528 hertz. And that's something also, I've been doing this every day. Let's just look real quickly because we do want the field generator, 528 hertz.
I'd like to interview him for my radio show.
Oh, gosh, that would be incredible.
Cathy, will you put the name of the book in your notes today?
I will. I'll look at that. Yeah, we'll take a 528 hertz. And also we already are asking to convert energy. So as soon as that little 7 minutes finishes on the field generator, we'll add the 528 hertz too. And yeah, he's an amazing man. I'll tell you real quick, I bought years ago a dental product, and I can't even recall the name of it, but it was something you just, I don't know what you even did, swished with it or something. And I had a tooth that was really acting up. And do you know that tooth, luckily in the back of my head, completely extracted itself by itself during the night? I couldn't get over it. And so I don't know if he still has that tooth product or not, but all his stuff is infused with the solfeggio frequencies.
I once had an implant get loose in the middle of the night, and I was awakened by it making trouble in the middle of my chest.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to cough it out. And I coughed and I coughed. I was upside down trying to cough it out, and finally it plunked on the floor.
Wow. Yeah, the teeth, that's major, because that's, all our wiring is connected to our teeth. I am actually sticking with that swishing. I don't know if anybody else is doing that, but it seems to really be paying off. So, all right. So again, let's just see what we're doing. We wanted just the wonder click with this information in here. So you see this one, this is a big one for all of us. They say about 99% of us are deficient in enzymes. And as you know, this group knows, that's our workers. That's what breaks our food down. Let's just see. Douse it down. That's an awareness thing, and we need to take this curse correction. A lot of times you see something like this, just go in and see if you'd like to put it in the B2. No, let's look about the prayer warrior, which no. All right, well, this brings up a new point, and I play around with these fractal fairy tales, and I'm going to start putting some protocols after them. And the first one, you look at this, you say, okay, how can this really do that? How can you type something in, send something out? And somehow I think as a species, we have forgotten the power of our intent, and that we can actually do these things. We're equipped for it. So that's probably going to be the first protocol with this latest fractal fairy tale is intent, just to refresh our own memory. But anyway, because yes, we can do it. Again, a little spiritual attack there. So you can just go in here to your Gong. And let's just see how effective that's going to be. Yeah, look at that. Let's go down while we're at it. A few more seconds, just wait since we're here. But it was brought up, I had someone in the group call the other night, that if anybody is interested, and I don't know if you are or not, maybe we can have some conversations. We could look at Mondays, maybe having a little time after our 10:30 to 11 to do a little positive intention work for planet Earth. So get back with me if any of you think that sounds good.
Yes, Cathy, that sounds wonderful.
All right. I think we can, as long as we keep our focus on what we want, and that you might, for the first thing, want to turn off the TV for that. But anyway, yeah, and I've got my client here. I'm going to add. There we go. Now let's see how we look. All right, and we'll go from there. And we're right at 11 anyway, so that's going to be it. I'll send the rest of what we do in our notes when they go out, and I will send that virus list.
Thanks, Cathy.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you Monday. Look at that. We got some things going on, so we'll be working today. So thanks a lot, you guys.
Thank you, Cathy.
Blessings to all. Blessings to all.
This concludes Cathy's Quantum Energy Group Zoom call for February 16th, 2023. We look forward to seeing you again. Till then, take care and be well.